Today on Six in the Mix, we're looking back at our favorite restaurants of 2018, including La Social Miami and the inspiring story behind it.
And of course, we can't talk fabulous food without maximum flavor. Chef Adrienne shows us how she does steak.
Plus, we hit up a sweet spot that made South Beach Wine and Food Festival history.
And a pie so good it's literally a showstopper. We get a taste of Waitress before it returns to South Florida. Six in the Mix starts right now.
Hi guys, I'm Joanna Gomez. Happy Throwback Thursday.
And I'm Jen Herrera. It's an epic throwback indeed. 2019 is just days away, so naturally we're reminiscing about the past year and all the delicious places we've visited.
Yeah, we've got a cool gig, right?
It's not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Okay, so La Social Miami, it's been buzzing for several months now in the Mimo district, and it's been a popular hangout in Puerto Rico for years.
So popular that the restaurant slash boutique slash hair salon was gearing up to open a second location on the island. However, Mother Nature had a different idea.
Yeah, I checked out the new spot. Take a look.
Igual yo perdí mi cama, perdí todo, mi cama, mi ropa, mi todo.
When Hurricane Maria hit the islands of Puerto Rico, the island and the people were left devastated.
The infrastructure of the island was very bad, and a month after the hurricane, there were a lot of rains.
La Social in Puerto Rico is located in El Condado, and for 4 months, the restaurant, the boutique, and the salon were closed, with no electricity.
We lost, if not 100% of the boutique inventory, maybe like 90% of the boutique's inventory we had to throw away because it was damaged.
You know that saying, when it rains, it pours.
2 weeks after Maria, we get that call saying, oh, so the doctor has the secretary in front of the door. You can go ahead and pick up your files and find a new doctor. And I was like, what?
What? Because?
Because he was leaving the island.
Just like that, Ivan's grandfather no longer had chemo treatments to help him fight his battle with prostate cancer. There was no other choice but to pack their bags, leave everything behind, and move to South Florida.
We were grateful that we took like savings and everything, but at some point definitely was like 3 months, 4 months, it was like, what's gonna happen?
And that's how this posh yet affordable La Social made its way to the Mimo district.
That sense of community, that sense of family, and I think that's what we're looking forward to feel inside of the restaurant.
Ivan and David call their kitchen creative cuisine. There are options for you like breakfast all day.
We have specials for every day. Each change every day, the specials. We try to bring a lot of Puerto Rico on the specials, plus the regular menu every day.
And what a coincidence. I happened to be there when the special was.
So that's the swing plantain pastelon. It has beef, it has peppers, it has cheese, it has a little bit of eggs. So it's a complete meal. It's really like Puerto Rico oriented.
You will find a favorite of yours at La Social, from the mushroom melts, salads, to even the coconut French toast.
3 months or 4 months ago, we were like really scared, like what's gonna happen? Are we gonna be able to make it happen? But we feel like everything has happened for a reason.
Stressed, spelled backwards, is dessert. Coincidence? I don't think so.
My favorite right now is the vegan carrot cake.
The vegan carrot cake.
Yeah,
oh, a man to my heart. So go for it and indulge, because life is uncertain.
There's still people without electricity, without water in the island. You have to keep it positive, first of all. There's always people trying to help everyone.
And there's always La Social.
And there's always La Social.
Yep, there's always La Social. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For more information, you can go to our website, NBC6.com/6inthemix. And it's great to see Puerto Rico rebuilding.
I love to see the country rebuilding and that family rebuilding as well.
Yeah, have you been? You have to go.
I haven't.
Well, 2019.
Why don't you just bring me some?
Okay, whatever.
It's a long drive.
It sure is. Seafood lovers in South Florida received great news earlier this year.
The Fontainebleau Miami Beach has their own water world, and as Joanna right here shows us down there is plenty to choose from.
They won't get me, right?
No, they won't. They're slow. The cold slows them down too a little bit.
Yeah, that's cold. But a lot of people come to the Fountain Blue and they think of all the great restaurants, the pool parties, the clubs that you have, and obviously the great accommodations that the hotel provides, but they don't know and they don't get to see the behind the scenes of what goes on. So this is a very neat thing for our viewers to actually take a look and a glimpse behind see what happens.
Great. Yeah, this is my world essentially. I mean, you know, we've got about 4 miles of underground tunnels that facilitate all the movement of, you know, linens, food, beverage, all the items essentially that are needed to facilitate the hotel.
All the things that keep it going. That's exactly all the very essential things. And this is Water World.
That's right. We are in Water World now. But essentially what we've done is we brought the ocean into the building, and you know, we want to market this ocean to table program that we run here, and that's the only way to do it.
But when you say the ocean into our building, how many tanks are we talking about?
We've got 6 tanks. We've got about 3,000 gallons of ocean water. The water is brought in on a weekly basis and recycled every week, so we drain and refill every week. We bring in species from all over the world.
You guys are not just introducing us to fish that we can catch here in South Florida and in Florida, but if not fish that we can actually find from all around the world.
That's right. Yeah, we bring in live Norwegian king crab, as you can see here. These guys are anywhere from 8 to 10 pounds. They're an amazing species. It really is the king of all crabs, which is why it got its name, I suppose.
Oh, Thomas! Oh, Thomas! Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
So what he's doing is demonstrating how important it is to have live, fresh seafood. Look at the vibrancy in this guy and look at how much he's moving. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Okay, but that's not all. You actually have more for us.
Yeah, we've got something new and something very special. This is the first time that we've ever brought these guys in, and these are actually Norway lobsters or langoustines. There's a lot of different names for them. The Spanish call it cigala. Beautiful, huh?
Beautiful.
Gorgeous color. Yeah.
All right, in my belly.
Let's do it.
Once we take the langoustines out of the shell, this is the tail piece, and then this is the claw meat. All that is the claw meat.
What's your favorite part?
Yeah, what's juicier?
Oh, all day. We're gonna warm them up just under the salamander, just so we don't overcook them. They're very, very delicate. Making risotto is kind of like taking care of a child. If you leave it alone on the stove, it will burn. So there they are, the little langoustines. Perfect. Here we have this lovely langoustine meat. We're just going to place that on top.
I'm just meeting the langoustine and now eating the langoustine. So good. Tough job we have today.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out that that's 2 food trips in a row that you went on and brought me nada.
That's why I said 2019, Jen Herrera needs to drive. Don't be afraid. 95 isn't that scary.
I know, wow, it looked amazing. All right, for more on Waterworld, Fontainebleau, what you need to do is log onto our website at NBC6.com/6inthemix.
So much more to come here on 6 in the Mix, including a first for the long-running South Beach Wine and Food Festival this past year. But first, Chef Adrian serves up a steak dish that will bring a smile to anyone's face.
Today we're behind the scenes of where the magic happens in the kitchen at Chef Adrian's Vineyard Restaurant and Wine Bar, where sometimes we're known for our filet mignon, but today I want to show you how we make our New York strip. We start off with this really great cut of a prime New York strip. You want to see a lot of marbling and you want to see some of the fat on the outside. Now cuts that are like this, that have a lot of marbling and or fat, I like to give them a brown sugar crust. Step 1 is the brown sugar. Rub that on really nice all around it. Then we're going to use kosher salt, nice and generous. Then freshly ground black pepper. So press it down, and then we're going to get a pan nice and hot with some butter. We're going to throw a about 2 tablespoons worth of unsalted butter. This alone will already be a great finishing sauce, but we're gonna do it, of course, maximum flavor style. So we're gonna throw in a few cloves of garlic. At this point, we're gonna add a couple of sprigs of fresh thyme. So now this bad boy is gonna go in. You wanna be very careful. Okay. So we shake it up as it's going in. Now, after this step, we do not touch it. We leave it there for about 5 to 7 minutes so it creates that crust we're looking for. So what goes really, really great with a nice New York strip is gorgonzola. So of course, we're not just gonna do gorgonzola cheese. It's gotta be maximum flavor style. So we're gonna do a gorgonzola truffle butter. So we start off with unsalted butter. Goes right into the pan. Now we're gonna add our gorgonzola cheese. Now you can use whatever blue cheese you'd like. I like to use gorgonzola because it's the mildest of the blue cheese. It has a little bit of a sweeter undertone. Shake this up. Turn off the heat. And now we're gonna stir it. So it's just about time to flip our steak. Pull this off. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that is gorgeous. So we're gonna preheat our oven to 500 degrees. That means as high as it can go. Okay. Now for medium rare, it's gonna go in for 5 to 7 minutes once again. All right. So after 5 to 7 minutes for a medium rare, this is what it looks like. We're gonna let this rest. Before we slice it, we're gonna let it rest for 10 minutes. So all the juices come right back into the meat instead of seeping out. So when we're ready for slicing, what you wanna do is get a pair of tongs so you have a nice firm grip and make sure you have a sharp knife. Okay, so we're gonna cut the tail end off like so, put that down. And then we wanna make 1/2-inch cuts. Now we're gonna put in like our gorgonzola topping, our gorgonzola butter over the top, just like so. Oh yeah. Just to reinstate that original aroma, we're gonna finish it with a sprig of fresh thyme. There you have it, a New York strip, maximum flavor style.
Welcome back to the special edition of 6 in the Mix, reminiscing on our favorite fabulous food moments.
But for this one, we are going back to earlier this year when now NBC6 morning anchor Roxanne Vargas introduced us to the sweet side of the South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
Nothing connects people like ice cream. Ainsley and Johnny Soko's know ice cream and then some. This is their quaint neighborhood spot they opened over a year ago in Miami's Upper East neighborhood called Cream Parlor. And it's good.
The ice cream has to be the center of what we do.
You're allowed to try all of my ice cream before you commit to a scoop because you want to have an educated decision. So we'll try all the ice cream.
There's like 3 food groups in my house: ice cream, and more ice cream.
Well, ice cream, it is a food group. My favorite. We did the event at our New York Festival in October, and it was so popular that I said, how is it possible at our headquarter hotel that is kid-friendly, the Lowe's Miami Beach, that we haven't done an ice cream event here? And we launched it. Duff Goldman's hosting, as you said. There's 20 different ice creams, about 14 of them local, 6 from throughout the country.
And Cream Parlor is participating. Its first foray into a major festival.
We're gonna have tons of ice cream, like a setup, like a dipping station, with an umbrella for the parents and the kids, so they can try all the flavors. And we're creating like a little shorty, which is like a shortbread cookie.
Thank you, Roxy. And the Family Ice Cream Social will be back at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival February 24th and will be hosted by the Kickbox, Buddy Valastro. Tickets are on sale right now. That's going to be a great event.
It's going to be a yummy event.
That too.
Is what it's going to be. Still to come on 6 in the Mix, we are all busy working moms, but this working mom is unique. I revisit the time I met the mom brewer, but first.
Girl, I want to make you sweat. Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long.
Oh,
What a very very energetic concert.
Okay.
You know, and we try to pull the audience in so that we can pull from the audience.
Okay.
Oh, all right, good stuff. You guys can catch up with Inner Circle as well. They are performing New Year's Day at the Wynwood Yard. For more information, what you can do is head to our website at nbc6.com/6inthemix. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
How about that, boys?
What you want?
What you want?
You know all the songs. You know what? We need to invite you on stage. You guys need to be on stage, you know.
Welcome back to 6 in the Mix. Many of our favorite foods pair perfectly with beer, and this past year I had the chance to meet with who may be the coolest working mom here in South Florida. This lady never imagined she'd be brewing beer for a living, but she is, and she is loving it.
There's something special brewing at J. Wakefield Brewing in Wynwood.
We have our brown sugar and our syrups that are going to go in right now. They're going to increase the amount of sugars. I'm going to turn on my pump.
Or more like a special brewer. Meet Maria Cabre.
No beer is ever wasted, by the way.
A woman, a mom, who worked hard to get where she is.
Other than cleaning kegs, I also started with these different concoctions of things. Some things caught on, some things didn't. Fortunately, the ones that did catch on were pretty popular and they sell out anytime we brew them.
And that type of persistence has helped make Maria the only female head brewer in South Florida.
I imagine you're a perfectionist.
With some things, yeah.
Yeah, but this kind of thing you have to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can't settle for just good enough. It's got to be great.
Once a baker, Cabre says what she's doing now as head brewer really isn't that different.
They're very exact. There's a lot of science involved.
That's why I'm not good at baking, because you gotta like measure everything to the T, right?
Yeah. So, you know, and if you screw up in baking, you can't just go in and add a little bit of salt or take anything away. You know, once it's done, it's done.
Females in the exploding craft beer industry are the norm out west, but having women work in the brew house is not nearly as common here.
It's definitely a male-dominated industry overall, but you are starting to see more and more women taking higher rank holds and holding it down and doing a great job as any man would.
Owner John Wakefield, the brewmaster, recognizes what Cabre brings to the table. It's just another part of what makes this popular brewery a must-stop for locals and tourists alike.
What's it like when someone says, hey, what do you do for a living? And you're like, I'm a beer brewer.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it kind of like just puts you up a notch in the cool factor, right?
Unless you have like Hispanic parents and they're like, what is that?
Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué estás haciendo con tu vida?
Exactly.
But then they have to come here and see how neat it is.
Yeah, they're very proud.
She's so impressive and such an unconventional job, and she is killing it.
Yeah, she has a very fun job. It's kind of cool though, you know?
She's
neat.
the cool mom points. She's up there.
Yeah, so are you. You're kind of cool.
You make fun of me all the time for not being cool. Don't show off for the audience, Joanna.
That's so not true. I think
Doesn't she?
I think you're.
See, look, floor director
Kevin, how dare you, our floor director, say, yeah, I never make fun of her. I think you're so cool. Speaking of cool, I gotta go pick up my kids. Can you handle the rest of the show?
I got you, boo. Coming up on 6 in the Mix, what do Broadway and baking have in common? We give you the answer right after the break. It'll be fast, I promise.
Welcome back to 6 in the Mix. We're ending things with a show that's sure to satisfy your sweet tooth in 2019.
Featuring original music and lyrics by 6-time Grammy nominee Sarah Bareilles, Waitress is an uplifting musical about friendship, motherhood, and the magic of a well-made pie. Take a look.
What I love about Waitress is it's this intimate, funny musical about life in a diner. So our lead character, Jenna, is a waitress, and she is responsible for baking all of the pies. And it's just not any diner. This is a pie diner. They serve 27 different varieties of pies. And Jenna is not just a good pie baker. She is extraordinary at pie baking. But what we learn through the musical is she puts all of her emotional life into these pies.
Sugar, butter, flour.
The pie
is a character of its all in itself for Waitress. The pie names are in relation to how she's feeling at the moment, what's happening in her life. So when she found out she was pregnant, she named her pie Betrayed by My Eggs Pie. So everything has these funny, quirky, but very realistic, emotional names to what's happening.
The journey of the musical is her realizing she can't tuck everything in a pie. She has to deal with her emotional life. She has to deal with the real relationships that are not working for her, and she has to change her life. This is not a show about perfection. It's a show where you go to Waitress and you say, that's me. That's me with all my fears, with all my messed up stuff, or that's my sister, or that's my best friend. And that's what I've seen as the power of the show.
Our music is written by one of the greatest pop composers alive today, Sarah Bareilles. And Sarah has this unique ability that is rare among musical theater composers, especially because she is cued in to what the character is saying and what the character wants and needs. She understands each and every one of these characters and sympathizes with them so deeply and so immediately that when you hear a song, if you're just looking at lyrics on a page, you can guess who's singing that song no matter who's singing.
Waitress was a landmark on Broadway because it was the first time in Broadway's history that there were women in all of the top creative leadership roles. Director, choreographer, composer, lyricist, book writer, musical director.
Working with one of the first entirely female creative teams has been interesting because we never even thought that that was a thing. Nobody even really recognized that that was a thing until suddenly I took a picture of the creative team with my phone during rehearsals, and I was like, holy smokes, I don't think this is ever, holy smokes.
We didn't go into this with an agenda of this being a landmark. What it meant to me was, it's 2017. There are women at the top of their fields in all of these areas. And finally, this production can reflect that.
I hope audiences leave this theater full of pie and full of love for each other and love for life and the willingness to try something that they haven't tried before.
Try something you haven't tried before.
Yeah, I like that.
For more information on Waitress and all of our top eats this year, you can head on over to NBC6.com/6inthemix. And boy, oh boy, did we eat a lot.
I can't wait for 2019.
Oh my God.
Thank you for watching this special edition of 6 in the Mix.